Ciao, this is Davide Biocchi speaking, and here we are with our intermarket analysis and then stocks. So let's start with the euro dollar. It was a very, let's say, particular week, because after a long period in which we have seen the collapse, let's say, because it was quite close to four-figure of euro dollar here, then we have seen a reaction, but the market was unable to be again in this part of a chart, so between 1.1930 to 1.2, where let's say we are in the middle. So we have to decide if we have to go high or if we have to go down. So this is a very interesting situation. We have now a very clear support here. Then we have 1.17 and 1.16 here that are the main two supports. So let's see what is going on. But considering this, we can switch from the euro dollar to the gold. The gold was really in the attempt of moving over this very strong and important and relevant target that was reached, that was 1,765, more or less around this level. There was a reaction, but this chart is very similar than the euro dollar one. So there was a collapse, more than $100 per ounce in only a few days, and let's say that we need to see if we are going to have any reaction. Later we can have a look also at the silver, and the silver is still in the sideways from such a long time, from 22 to 30, and all these intermediate levels are very interesting. So we have 28 around here, we have 26 working as a support, and we are around this level, and then 24 that is working as an additional support. So let's say that the market is moving in between this level, and we will see very soon where it will go. But the last week was the week of the recovery of the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq was able to post a new record high. Very interesting, because it's very close, 14,400, really interesting, and the Nasdaq is again the king, because it was doing better than the S&P 500, able itself to reach a new, let's say, historical high, as we can see here, but not enough interesting as the S&P is. But this is a good road, this is a good path to move towards the price of 4,300 that can be assumed as a target. So new record high also for this one. Let's switch from US to Europe, just to have a look at the DAX, the German DAX, that was unable the last week to reach again the record high, but reacting even from the low that we, let's say, from this, let's say, prices that we have seen here. Quite interesting. Very similar the situation for the Euro Stock 50, that was trying an attempt to move up again, but if it will not be able to reach prices over 4,125, in my opinion, will not be able to reach again the previous historical maximum, the previous record high. Sorry, this is not a record high, this is a high of a period, because the record high was dated to 2007. But this is a quite interesting pattern. Let's see if the market will be able to go through this level. So I want to focus on some topics this week. The first one is oil. So let's have a look at two interesting stocks regarding oil. The first one is Chevron. So let's have a look at Chevron. And Chevron is a quite interesting stock, because we have a line here that it's clear to see, and we have another one here. So we can see that this price is in between support and resistance, so what I call a box. It is from more or less $100 to 113. So let's say that over any close above 114 will mean breakout. So let's see what is going on. Quite interesting is also the chart for XOOM. In this case, we have what I can call, in my opinion, I can call maybe probably a wedge, even more than a box, because we can clearly see this figure here. So let's say that probably this chart is even better than the one of Chevron, because we already have some very interesting series of new high here. So it's really interesting, and the environment, imagine if the price will be able to go over 75, this will be interesting. That's why now I want to show you the chart of the crude oil. So let's say that the crude oil is really interesting. 75 is a main target here, and 75 is also the price that this market is unable to go through since 2018. So in this case, lot of banks, lot of people see targets, potential targets around 190. We obviously do not know where the market will go, but in case of violation, maybe the stocks of the oil sector will be very interesting. Let's switch from this topic about oil, from a topic about online payments. So in this case, let's see the concept of hunter and prey. Okay, in my opinion, the prey in this case is PayPal, because as we can see, PayPal was already able to go through this very interesting resistance, to do the breakout, and now to move up. But what is happening now to Visa and MasterCard? Let's have a look at the chart. So let's start with Visa. That is, in my opinion, very interesting, because these are old studies, but in my opinion, if the price will move and we will have close above 240, let's say, we will see probably a very interesting movement. So we have a very nice situation, because we have a nice trend line here. We have a resistance that the market is, for the moment, not able to go through, but with all this situation connected to the recovery, the global recovery, I think that this will be very interesting. Let's finally see what is happening to MasterCard. That is a very interesting stock too. And so here we can see probably the same potential. This chart is not probably as good and as attractive as the one of Visa, but in my opinion, in case of violation of this level, we can clearly see at 400, this is a price, a real target for the stock. So another very interesting stock. And let's end this week with another interesting stock, that is AB. Here we are with Alliance Bernstein. This is, as you know, one of my favorite figures, so because we have a quite nice triangle here. Okay, let's say that in case of any close above the price of $47, we will see a very interesting breakout, and this is what I expect mainly from the market. So this is enough for this week. Thank you very much for being here. See you soon. Ciao ciao from Davide.